People are going into debt and filing for bankruptcy, and what's shocking is that while they aren't proud of it, they post every detail onto social media every single day as if it's something to show off, creating this strange culture of financial oversharing where the reality of mounting debt, missed payments, repossessed items, and ruined credit scores is masked by flashy photos, trendy captions, and the illusion of a lifestyle that doesn't exist. Young adults are maxing out credit cards they cannot afford, taking out personal loans for unnecessary expenses, and living above their means while their followers like and comment, reinforcing this cycle of financial irresponsibility. And the problem only grows because people rarely talk about budgeting, saving, or the importance of emergency funds. You see posts about shopping sprees, vacations, gadgets, and eating out while behind the scenes, these same people are struggling to make minimum payments, ignoring interest rates, and trying to keep up with appearances while slowly sinking into a hole that becomes impossible to climb out of. Bankruptcy filings are at an all-time high for people in their 20s and 30s, yet the perception on social media is a curated version of life that hides the consequences, from wage garnishments to tax complications to eviction notices, all of which follow when finances spiral out of control. The reality is that these posts don't help anyone. They don't educate, they don't warn, and they don't prepare others for the challenges of real financial responsibility. Instead, they glamorize a situation that can destroy credit, create long-term financial insecurity, and impact mental health. If you are following trends online, it's critical to understand the difference between perception and reality, and to make decisions that protect your financial future instead of risking it for likes or clout. Check out some of these videos.
Hi, I'm Seraphine. I was $65,000 in credit card debt, which included a loan that I used to pay off my credit cards and then got buried deeper. My car loan, and then that does not include my what I owed the IRS. And guess what I did? I filed bankruptcy. Literally filed bankruptcy like the September 14th of this year. And then I had my 341 meeting on like October 12th or something. Want to know what I got in my email today? My discharge. That means that I don't have to pay any of it back. And I have people that are gonna be like, oh my God, that's so irresponsible, blah, blah, blah. Shut up. Rich people do it literally all the time. That's how they stay rich. Sorry, not sorry. I 100% believe that filing bankruptcy has been the best thing that has happened to me. Did you keep your home? Never bought a home, but I'm still in my apartment, yes. Did you get to keep your car? Yeah, I did, actually. My 2021 Kia Forte is right over there. She's right over there. Do I still owe money on it? Yeah, I'm doing voluntary payments on it. Basically, I could have surrendered the car if I wanted to and just like not had to deal with it, but I have to have a car to get to and from work, and my car is almost paid off with this. Not almost, it's at like $9,000 still, but my registration's good on it, my insurance good on it. I have no problem paying my car payment. It's like $415 a month. I pay $450 every month, and it's a safe, reliable car. I've never had to do any work besides like an oil change, and then I had to get my tires done once in the past 5 years. If you're filing bankruptcy, you don't deserve to have nice things. Shut your bitch ass up. Yes, you do. You deserve to have nice things. Obviously, if you can afford that car payment, then you could have afforded to pay off your debts. Wrong. Because I literally did all of the math to see how much money I can like put extra towards my credit cards and stuff. It was negative 700. Every month, I was paying $700 more than I was making. And that didn't include what I'd have to pay for gas and for food. So I was surviving off of credit cards. It's going to be impossible for you to get another credit card. Wrong. I already have one. It was so easy. I literally, they flock towards you. Oh, you shouldn't have done that. My attorney said I should. So if you're smarter than an attorney, fess up, I guess. Anyway, if you've been debating filing for bankruptcy and you were scared, don't be. Do it. It's super easy and it's your constitutional right, actually. So anyway, no regrets. Also, if people are like, you're not going to be able to buy a house, I never was planning on buying a house. I don't want to buy a house. And I could buy a house in 3 years if I wanted to. But quite frankly, it's cheaper to rent than it is to buy a house. And I don't have to worry about fixing the AC if it goes out, fixing my dishwasher, all these different things. That's the job of the people that I rent from. So yeah, file for bankruptcy.
This right here, yeah, that changed my life because this is so true. People have so much debt you wouldn't even believe. Like when you really start talking to people, they just casually drop, yeah, I owe like 15 grand. Dollars? American? Oh, okay. Okay. Like people really just walk around in massive debt to keep up with this life. And You know what even make it worse is that you really got to sit back sometime and realize your mama was right. That whole keep it up with the Joneses thing? Yeah. Because, your mom used to be like, well, if Stacy was going to jump off a bridge, you going to jump too? And my ass, I graduated college. I started living that life. I'm right behind her. I'm right behind her. And I did get me a little debt doing that. But you have to realize that, like, oh my God, I feel like I'm turning into my mom. All that glitters isn't gold. It really ain't. It really, really ain't. It really ain't. People got so much debt they don't know what to do with themselves. Don't fall into that trap. Don't fall into that mindset because it's so much harder to get out than it is to get in. Oh my gosh, it's like a GPA. It's easier to drop than raise. And a credit score is the same way. But yeah, walking around with massive credit card debt.
Here's exactly how we ended up with $300,000 worth of debt. My husband and I are in $300,000 worth of debt, and here is our breakdown. Our first personal loan is $17,432, and that's from consolidating all our credit card balances a couple years ago. Another personal loan is $14,924, and that was just from moving home this year. Our car loan is $28,827. My federal student loan is $54,185. My private student loan is $59,903. My husband also has federal student loans. He has $38,474 from his undergrad and $92,522 for grad school. This is why we're taking it seriously. We didn't realize how much debt we were in until we actually put our numbers together. Feel comfortable. I'm curious to know what your total number is. This is your reminder that you're not alone and that facing the numbers is the first step. I will break down the minimum payments that we pay every month in the next video and how we're planning on paying them down.
We're going to be talking about my credit card debt today. Made a stiff drink so I can get through this. Yeah. This will make you feel a lot better about yourself, so stick around. So I'm in this position, just to give everyone a little context, because I was in a very unhealthy relationship, an emotionally abusive one, and somewhat of a financially abusive one. This person had no issue watching me struggle. I was engaged to this man. I had to compromise a lot of things about my life in order for us to live together and be in the same place. I obviously had to move, and in order to do that, I had to get a new job. And this new job that I had, that I started remotely once we moved in together, I only had for 7 months before they laid me off. Anyone who's been laid off in the last few years knows how fucking stressful it is. Because nothing's cheap. Nothing's cheap. Anyways, the person I was with really did not offer to help much or to pick up the slack on any of the bills while I was still, trying to get back on my feet. Yeah. So I kept up with our bills for as long as I could. We were paying everything 50-50. And then it got to a point where I was obviously scraping the bottom of the barrel. And there were several months, several instances where he would not send me his portion of the rent on time, or beforehand, before any deployments, he wouldn't give me a dime. So I was often having to front money I did not have to cover my portion of the bills, but also his. So a lot of shit went on credit cards. And believe me, I know how bad that is. My father is a very financially literate person. I've always paid things on time before this mess. And I still did. I always made sure everything was paid on time because I knew I was the one that was going to be penalized. I was the one that was going to have to pay all of these penalties. It's not like he was going to help me do that. So all of our bills were in my name. So it would have been on me. So I just was surviving. I was surviving on credit cards and doing what I had to do. A lot of medical bills went on there. Some frivolous shit went on there too, because honestly, I was in such a bad place mentally, and I know that's unacceptable, but honestly, it is what it is. The vast majority of it is bills that I was just trying to keep up with, our bills. Mind you, he always made more money than I did, and he also got a $50,000 reenlistment bonus that he would not use. He would never spend a penny on me. Which clearly shows how much he cared about me, but you know, that's neither here nor there at this point. Anyways, I've been talking for 3 minutes. I'm gonna shut up and we're gonna run through the laundry list of balances that I have. Okay, so my largest balance is $9,768. The next one is $6,187. Another one with $4,518. God, $4,210. $4,159. $2,770. We're still going. 13 accounts. $2,144. $2,201. $1,499. $1,481. $1,043. And then two smaller accounts, one with $985 and the last one is $489. My grand total comes to $41,454. So I got out of this relationship a year and a half ago, and I've slowly been chipping away like what I can at these, but everyone knows, like, I mean, the fucking interest rates right now are absolutely diabolical. So I've been doing my best, and I work for myself, and I only make like 35K a year. So I've been like drowning. I think in order for me to like fully move on from this awful period in my life, I really need to get rid of this debt because it just makes me so angry. It makes me so angry because this other person, like, he came out of this unscathed. He had a pile of money. And I'm like, I was drowning. I'm still drowning. I feel like I haven't been able to fully heal because I still have this shit hanging over my head. So I'm being a little delusional and hoping that maybe I can make a little extra money on here eventually to put towards these and, keep chipping away at them because I know it's the right thing to do. I did have a bankruptcy appointment. I was going to meet with a bankruptcy lawyer in a week. But I'd really like to cancel that appointment and just do this myself. Not that there's anything wrong with filing for bankruptcy. I'm at a point where I kind of need to do it if I don't make any more money than what I'm making right now. So I guess I'm just asking. I hate asking for help, but if you could engage with this video, if you don't mind giving me a follow, I'm probably going to make this like a weekly series. I'm going to go through my accounts and show, what payments I'm making and how far I can get with paying this down. It's an insane goal, but I'd like to have at least half of this paid off by my birthday, which is May 19th of next year. So if you're interested, stick around, tune in. I'm probably going to do it'll be like a weekly episode where we'll check in on my balance.